Thank you very much, the Honorable Vice Mayor Pepo Martinez, members of the Sangguniang Pangunsod. Again, good evening. First things first, I would like to greet everyone who's here. Of course, my wife Zona, my father Dodong, my mother Bobot, my brothers, Congressman Arnie, my second brother Giovanni, of course our youngest brother Tommy. I believe Dr. Limson is here, my good friend Dr. Limson of the Negros Oriental State University. I also invited mayors from the neighboring municipalities of Pasay and Santa Catalina, Mayor Nelson Lopez and Mayor Beda Kanyamaki. Well, my fellow Bayawanons, again, good evening. It has been exactly a year when plans were discussed, when promises were made, when commitments were given. And it is just right that by now, Bayawanons are asking what is happening in the city, not just in the urban area, but even up above. Well, I used a lot of modern technology, maximizing so that people can really see and not just hear me talk. We will be talking about the social aspect, the institutional aspects on what we have improved so far, of course economic, which relies mainly on agriculture and marketing, and of course, what are our plans again for the future, and we'll make another set of promises and commitments. So, without much further ado, as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Maybe videos are 1,000,000. So, may I request our very capable media group, let's start with the institutional part of what we have done so far, please.
The work that we've done here in Bayawan has been one of the most fulfilling and rewarding things that I have experienced because, you know, yes, we can always teach everybody the tools and the methodology on lean. They're just not tools, they're just not methodology, but it's a principle for a company to be able to. It's where everything they do is value for money, and that it's the customer is always the first. They're always thinking about the customer and delivering an efficient service that the customer is willing to pay for. The last couple of months we've engaged with Bayawan, I said that it's been very rewarding and very fulfilling for us because people are very positive. There were so many controversial discussions when we were looking at their processes. There were so many challenging questions that I've thrown at them. And they were very, very good. And of course, at the end of it all, we have a very good outcome. You know, with lead times, in Bayawan, we were looking at 4 projects. We were looking at the cutting lead times on their procurement process. We took like more than 100 days at the very beginning, and we've managed to cut it to 21 days. And you know, and we've also done a review of their business one-stop shop, wherein like processing would take 2 to 3 days or 1 day. After everything we've done, after all the workshops we've done, it's cut to 1 hour, you know, maximum 2 hours, and that's really significant. 600% efficiency improvement. We've cut lead times in procurement. It was like 50%, 100% efficiency improvement also. And engineering, working with their engineering department, we've looked at issues. And of course, these people, they're very brilliant. They came up with innovative solutions also. So the FG Solutions Consultancy, we're there to facilitate, we're there to engage people. But at the end of it all, these people are the ones, the employees, the workforce of Bayon, we're the ones actually to provide the solutions to the problem. And we come together and we say, all right, that's how we are going to do it.
As such, timely procurement is given utmost importance, for its delay would mean inefficient use of resources. Any delay in completion of projects deprives the constituents of its use and benefits. This year, the city conducted lean management training to capacitate and empower our people in the organization towards improving and transforming its services to be more efficient and effective. Knowing its importance, procurement improvement is among those given priority by our city mayor. After the training, the team was able to implement a system of consolidating all the department's annual requirements and shorten the lead time of processing. For procurement through bidding, from a lead time of 83 days, it was reduced to 40. For small value procurement, from 30 to 21 days or 140% respectively. This improvement would translate to higher utilization of resources and timely completion of projects. It is only then that we can claim that we have performed to the delight of our clients.
Nalipay mi karon nga ang ubay-ubay sa nadawat ng mga feedback is paspas na ang Business One Stop Shop. Si Mayor ato ang halangdon nga Mayor Pryde Henry A. Teves ang iyag yung sa sugod sa meeting namo late last year nga at least 4 hours gyud motong sa mga announcements gani ni giklaro gyud namo nga ug mosulod ang kliyente or taxpayer alas 8 kinanglan by 12 or 11 madawat na niya ang iyahang business permit. Karon nalipay mi nga naanay 2 hours gani naay 3 hours gani gipaningkamutan gyud namo nga mabot og 1 hour or less than 1 hour. Unya nana po'y gi-set up namo nga duha ka public assistance desk sa gawas kanang pagsulod gyud nato sa City Hall naay public assistance desk sa sulod pod pagsulod na nato napoy lain pod nga public assistance desk para pagsiguro og naay mga reklamo naay mga pangutana ang ato ang mga taxpayers o mga clients matubag nato dayon nya mag-guide pod sila sa mga proseso. So gawas sa atong public assistance desk natay gitawag nga mga ushers ug usherettes para ihatod gyud ang kada taxpayer o kliyente dikto gyud og asa nga window or asa nga table, asa nga lingkuranan. Ma-encourage po ang atong mga clients nga mahatagan sila og maayo nga serbisyo. So karon ang gina-workout nato gawas sa customer satisfaction is customer delight. We're giving kanang more than what is expected.
Through lean management, nakita nato ang improvement sa unang sa pace, meaning sa implementation nato sa projects, we have noticed a great deal of improvement in terms of kanang timeliness. So we were able to implement more projects in a shorter period of time with the installation of satellite offices in the barangays. Work is defined, is already well defined, and responsibilities are appropriately distributed.
Prime HRM is a program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management. This is actually a mechanism that is implemented by the Civil Service Commission to help attain the vision of the Commission to be a center of excellence for HR services and organization development. So for the local government unit of Bayawan City, we are proud to claim that we are one of the only LGUs actually in the whole of Region 7 who has achieved maturity level 2 under the enhanced Prime HRM program of the Civil Service Commission. So, meaning to say that all our HR systems here in the local government unit are guaranteed to be following the standards that are prescribed by the Commission.
For component cities, the finalists are Bayawan, Negros Oriental, General Trias, Cavite, and Calapan, Oriental Mindoro. And the top rank for the most resilient among component cities goes to Bayawan, Negros Oriental.
Accepting the flag of citation is Mr. Iriel Manansala.
Well, what can I say? Lean management encompasses a lot of things. You know, Rhoda Phillips is UK based. One of his clients is the city of London itself. That's why I got her. And she really did wonders. When we send our people outside to do this training and do that training and do this training, when they come here and do the team play, still things do not align. That's why with the lean management wherein everybody was capacitated and leveling off at the same time, you prevent stalemates because everybody knows the terms or the parameters where he must work on and what the next department where he passes those documents or papers must do. And since they all know what they're doing, they can decide right there and then if decisions are to be made and don't need to come back to me from time to time to ask what is to be done. If stalemates are prevented, then delays are also prevented, then projects will proceed. With a boss, when I came in, you need several days to do your permits. After 1 year, it went down to 7.5 hours. In which I was not satisfied because I said, if it's 7.5 hours and you go to Kapkabon, then by lunchtime you have to get out and eat and go back again. So cut it down to less than 4 hours so that if you go at 8, you get out at 11, you don't have to go back. If you go at 1, you get out before 5 and you don't have to go back. Now it's about 3.5 hours on the average. But will that satisfy us or we? Of course not. We can lower that to even 1 hour. How? Put help desks by October, as early as October. Have each client or assist each client to scan all the documents that he has to submit before January. Have pre-verifiers, pre-authenticators in our office to do the pre-verifying of the things submitted. Text him or email him or her na kulang pa, mo pa niya mong isubmit. When he has submitted everything, give him or her a control number. If he wants to pay online, let him or her pay online and scan the deposit slip. And all you have to say is, come here, come January, bring the hard copies which we will need, and just say your control number. So when you go up, if you haven't paid, this is my control number, you pay, you give your hard copies, that's it. If you have paid online with any of the banks here, you just say your control number, give your hard copies, and you're out. So can we do it in less than 1 hour? Of course. And that's the assignment of the boss. Jude, take note. Engineer Jerry, take note. Well, we have been awardees of the HR and the DRRM, Most Resilient City. I would have wanted that Most Improved City Award. When I checked it, we were number 4. Incidentally, the one that were given these plaques was 1 to 3. So I said I missed on the plaque because I did not even go to get the Most Resilient City Award. But if it was a Most Improved City Award, I would have gone and canceled all my appointments. But I think we can do it. Just give us a little time. If everybody cooperates, I think we can. Well, the PGS, which was also seen, which you will see later, performance governance system composed of a lot of people helping out, also capacitates a lot of our employees. And you will see that later on. So, maybe we can proceed.
So, ang dakbayan sa bayon na naanada sa compliant stage. So karon nga tuig atong gi-target nga makasakata sa sunod nga ang ginatawag nga proficiency stage. But now, with the leadership of our mayor, we are now embarking. We are trying to fast track, which is towards proficiency. So we're focusing now into alignment, strengthening of the office strategy management, the engagement of the multi-sectoral governance council. So those are key things that we're doing. That's why we have now the Vision Aligned Circle mechanism and coming up of special projects we call the Teves, or the pinaka-importanting gawain among regular and casual employees. Practically 100%, we're targeting 100% to be enrolled into that particular circle and align their projects and really make governance, the local governance in particular, a shared responsibility between the constituency and the employees and also of the leadership. So that's really what's we're trying to do under the future.
Sa palingkamot ni Mayor nga madugol ra haron ma-harmonize ang operation sa atong local government unit, nangita gyud siya og pundo haron gastuhan ang pagtukod sa atong legislative building, no, kay maka-provide man og maayo nga venue for kanang atong gitawag og quality, accountable and transparent nga legislation, mga pamalaod nga makaayo sa atong syudad. This will be an additional pride for Bayawan, kay guwapo yun nga legislative building.
So ang ato ang CCTV, dako gid kay siya og ikatabang, no, lahi ning sa ato sa Bayawan City, kay 24/7 duna gid tay gitawag nga command center, nga kung sa diin duna tay mga kaning gitawag bitaw natong empleyado nga ang ilang trabaho maulang gid ang pagtutok sa CCTV aron kung may makita sila nga mga dili kanang usual nga mga panghitabo, dali nato kining marespondihan. Sa pagkakaron ato yung makita, in fact ma-feel ni sa mga yanong nga bayawanon nga dako gyud kayo siya og tabang sa pag-maintain na sa atong peace and order. Kay kung ako doon ako'y dautan nga balak, dili na ko sayon-sayong makabuhat niini, kay daghan naman kaayong mata nga gatan-aw nato, kay og atong makita daghan kaayong CCTV na palibot sa ato ang syudad. So in fact this year doon na napuntay 128 ka cameras nga i-implementar o ibutang na sa mga strategic areas pagyud. Karon focus ang atong CCTV dinhi sa syudad, pero with the 128 cameras, even katong layo-layo na sa syudad ng mga barangay, ato na pud siya nga mabutangan. So nagadaghan na ang mata.
It was the brainchild of the late Mayor Gojel. He started this way back in, I think, in 2010. It was shelved for a while. When I met Governor Butalid, who was one of the leaders of the ISA, I appreciated what it does. You know, it excites, it motivates, it ensures sustainability. How does the PGS work? The PGS allows everybody to get involved, all employees. And every circle, vision-aligned circle that is being created will have a leader, not necessarily the department head. Even a low-ranking employee can be the leader. And it is used to complement things that are being done already by the city. Case in point, we are doing a hospital and improving our health system. One of the pigs or pinaka-importante gawain done by the facts of the health system was blood typing for the future blood banking, to ensure that a continuous supply of blood will be available in the hospital. And it is the employees themselves who meet, who visit other best practices areas, best management practices, to replicate and improve and submit it for a revalida. The revalida is like defending a thesis. The panel is composed of private sector representatives, noble people who live in Bayawan, who have the time to help Bayawan, and they're the ones who do the question and answer to further improve. Once it passes the revalida, it's submitted to my office, and if possible, if it's good, it's included in our AIP and CDC, and it is funded. Later on, you will see the Danapa Adventure Park. That's one of the Vision Aligned Circle products of Faith na Pikit's group when they wanted to improve on what's being done in Danapa. Another one is, which you will see later, we will be doing a direct intervention on the working class for hypertension and diabetes. Diseases that immediately cripples the whole family. Kita mo kung Pilipino, ang sigig tabangan katong gulang o katong bata. Sa ubang nasod, ang ginatabangan katong gatrabaho. Kay kung mamatay itong gatrabaho or ma-stroke, hirada tong bata ang gipa-eskwela, hirada tong gulang ang gasalig sa iyahang anak nga gatrabaho. So one of the things done by the Vision Aligned Circles of the health system is to do piloting in 5 barangays, checking how many are hypertensive per barangay, who are those people, and when we will roll that out, we will fund it. When we check that you have this, maybe we'll give you 45 days worth of medicines. You'll take care of the rest for the next 6 months. After 6 months, we'll go back again and check if conditions improve. And maybe we will ask you to change your diet, improve your lifestyle, and whatever. And since such ideas are harnessed from the employees themselves, then I'm ensured that they will really sustain and be motivated to work on this. Besides, if I am an employee and I do something 8 to 5, doing exactly the same thing, I get bored. And when I get bored, there are so many ideas outside that you can harness, waiting to be harnessed. And once they start becoming members of the Vision Aligned Circles and given a big or a pinaka-importanting gawain and allowed to travel and check out for best management practices, then their creative minds get out. And a lot of these projects that are being done now are products of such. That's why PGS is very important, has done a lot for the city, and maybe later on, when Bayawan is capacitated to replicate PGS, because it's quite expensive, maybe the neighboring poor municipalities can harness what Bayawan has learned from such. Cameras. Okay. We'll go 128 cameras. We will go up to Norsu. It might go inside Norsu so that I can also help Norsu, with their own security systems. It will go up to crossing Malapugas. Then it will go up to crossing Nangka. My brother Arnie has been always telling me about this no contact policy on arrest or apprehensions. I think it will need legislation. What does the camera do? Katong nanabako o nanglabay basura or katong sa traffic ni violate, picturean na diretso. Padana na sa picture atong yang gihimo unsang orasa, then tagaan sa billing, mato na lang sa City Hall kay mo bayad. So at least wala sa naulawan nga gibuyag siya. Pero sigurado siyang makabayad. Kaya dili siya mo bayad, kung nasa laing pangayoon sa syudad, like permit, or mga siyang tabang or unsa, he has to settle the accounts that he has. It will really need an ordinance. But if you want to implement that no contact policy, our cameras are capable. So I leave it to the sanggunian if you want to do that or not. Ako gali, lahin ako sampulan, in my mind. Ugnahin mo aging bus or salakyan, kunya nilabay basura, ako siyang picturan, ako siyang padalag billing, Wala ko siyang parahon dito crossing, pabalikon siya na ako, ipapulot na ako itong basura. Once they come back to Bayon, may sila, panarado mo window kay Bayawan ni, lahi ni. Marabag ka itong isulod og Subic. Ngayon nga, follow rules because you're in Subic. Maybe later on they will say, follow rules because you're in Bayawan City. And that is good. We must be examples to the rest. We will continue funding the PGS. We will continue to upgrade. There will be more small projects on the sideline to complement the vision that we have and the targets that we have. And to all our employees, thank you for giving your time and efforts. You know, this is off your work. Eh? And sometimes I have to send you to places just to harness the ideas that you have. So thank you very much, but we will continue this. It's important that in development, everyone gets involved. Next, please.
Naka-receive daw suporta sa atong sports activities. Ato Mayor Henry is very supportive. Hatag tao trainings. Naata karon sa Biobank Gym ang martial arts nato ng mga trainings. For the meantime na siya, kaya ang Youth Development Center, which is initiative ni Mayor Henry, is being constructed. Pero happy na siya makaman. It will be a very nice venue for trainings. Design na siya para sa mga martial arts. No? So aside sa martial arts, we also have volleyball, we also have football, sepak takraw, badminton. Support natin nila in terms of participating sa uban na areas, lugar, no? So, provide ito allowance for accommodation, for meals, transportation. At the same time, naghatag na po yung budget for us to conduct our local events here.
Before ko nag-appeal ani nga sport, mura ko na malnourished. Pero karon nga naka-appeal ko ani nga sport kay murag ni build up gud ako ang body kay sige raga exercise tas ang ako ang discipline sa kaugalingon mao gud ang niusog gud pag-ayo. For all our city officials, especially to Mayor Henry Pryde Teves, thank you kayo sa paghatag sa amuha og suporta. 100% ka suporta gud ang imong gihatag sa amuha sa pag-provide sa amuha sa tanan nga galamiton ug sa paghatag namo og chance. Bista niya bago pa mi nga gaapilan ani nga sports, imo gud mi gitagaan chance para maka-appeal og mga tournament sa laing lugar para mapakita amo ang talents and skills.
Ako nagapasalamat sa atong mayor nga nihatag siya og importansya para sa sports sa paghatag niya og mga tawo nga maga-train sa mga bata. Adlaw-adlaw sila mag-aadto sa gym para mag-train.
This desire was fueled by his dream of providing not just adequate but advanced medical care to the people of Bayawan, not only to the people of Bayawan, but to its neighboring areas. Everyone can see how this Bayawan integrated bus terminal metamorphosed into a fully equipped hospital that is secondary in level with a capacity of 100 patients. For now, it will be expanded later to 200 by God's blessing, of course. Fully equipped with a state-of-the-art laboratory, pharmacy, we have CT scan, we have digital X-ray machines, we have MRI, we have operating rooms, we have adult and pediatric ICU units, we have nursery, and we also have dialysis units. Very complete. And that's not all. We have a very comfortable rooms, ward, private rooms, semi-private rooms, and suite rooms.
Siemens Healthcare is one of the largest healthcare providers in the world. We're a German company. We're based in Berlin and Munich. We have our own office here in Manila, and we've been providing high-end, high-quality diagnostic imaging to the Philippine market, to the different hospitals, like the one here in IbayawBayawan, where we'll be installing a 32-slice CT scan and 3 ultrasound units for cardiology, OBGYN, and radiology. So for this, for Bayawan, you'll be benefiting from having high-end equipment with good and consistent image quality so that your doctors can accurately diagnose different diseases or rule out any problems for patients and then recommend the proper treatment. So that's what Siemens offers to both the hospitals and the patients, especially in the Philippines, especially in the more provincial areas where we want to have people gain access to quality healthcare instead of everybody going to Manila or Cebu or Davao, but we want to spread it out into the different provincial areas.
What was purchased from us is a digital stationary X-ray and a digital mobile X-ray. These are the same X-rays that are being used in most of the big hospitals in Manila, like St. Luke's, to mention, and for the government, Philippine General Hospital. The X-rays actually were ranked number 1 in its category by KLAS. KLAS is a research company in the US for medical equipment.
Kaning kuan local flood early warning system na to, usa ni siya sa best practices nga ginaanhi sa uban nga mga lugar, dili lang sa diri sa Negros Oriental. Ang atong local flood early warning system, dako kay ni siya og tabang sa LGU, especially sa atong disaster mitigation, wherein ang atong mga affected families katong naa sa flood prone area, makabakwit dayon before pa ang baha. Tungod ani, gitagaan ta og award sa civil service, ang highest nga award nga pwede ihatag sa empleyado, ang gitawag nga Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award. I cannot say that it is the first in the Philippines, but I'm sure that in Negros Oriental, we have the only system like this. It's a mini Pag-asa actually. Now, all the other LGUs are depending on Pag-asa, while we have a mini Pag-asa in our LGU.
At long last, no, na-realize na gud among transfer diri sa kaugalingon namo nga building sa pagsasarili school. Kuan kaayo mi ani kanang very thankful gyud sa grabe nga support sa atong mayor, because kuan man gyud niya brainchild nga endeavor. Actually, ang Early Child Development Center sa una sa mga experience namo, it's the daycare center nga the usual gyud natong nadungog, but with the mayor's kuan gyud persistent nga pagpangusog para nga mahimugso ni nga programa, nakita gyud namo ang enhancement sa early child development program, no. Ang ako lang gyud nga very kuan po ko, very thankful ko sa mga parents, because since we started, amo man gyud na silang giingon nga this is not the usual school nga inyong mahibaw-an. Siguro nga kuan medyo naikalahian ni siya kay, because we want to instill the kanang life skills sa mga kabataan.
So first things first, very overwhelming, and we are blessed as parents sa mga estudyante diri nga at last. So for like almost 1 year nga sige balhin-balhin, sunod-sunod, just because we want to make sure nga na ay good education given nga we are Montessori standard. So thankful good mi kaayo nalipay ang mga bata kasi very conducive for learning and fun. Syempre mao man ang mga age nila nga they're learning while having fun. Then beauty kaayo, gwapa kayong eskwelahan, komportable.
We have gone a long way. Sa Sibiraa sa una, sigiratang bottom 3. Kung 17, 19 mo apel, kung dili ta ika-17, ika-18, ika-19. Karon na natas top 10. But dili ta mo undang ana. We will really go top 5 next year. People will ask me questions. Why a lot of combat sports? Naman po'y team play na combat sports. Tungod ba kay si Mayor mahilig combat sports? It's like this. Combat sports like karate, arnis, judo, jiu-jitsu instills a lot of police discipline and instills a lot of, physical development. Besides, umato ka, mo compete ka, kanang duhara mo, nga walay mo laban nimo, ang confidence level nimo musakag yun. Munang ganahan kay kung combat sports. But of course, we are also, enhancing soccer, volleyball, chess, and the like. And we are really, we have been shining. Sa una sa Arnis, kapiluan rata. Karong tuiga, sa Iloilo, Dinagyang Bastonero, we almost made it to the championship, first runner-up. Sa Sira Invitational, again, first runner-up na punta. Sa wrestling, we had 9 golds out of 10. Tungkol kay Gadaw, itong ika-10. Kung wala ito Gadaw, itong ika-10, we still have 10 golds. So now, to let them feel that I'm really serious, they're in vegan to compete in the palaro, I sent them first to the national training team. Kaya ako man po mga kauban sa wrestling sa una ng mga naadiha. I had them train with the national team for 1 week before going to vegan. So I hope they make good. Kini pong atong body development, it's infectious. I myself, I spend my time in the boulevard after work to jog, to train, to wrestle, to box. And more people are coming. More people, even the working class. And I tell them, this gym is not just for students, it's for everybody. But Tam, if you're here, once that gym is finished, let's put it properly. There's an entrance for everybody to change. Nobody can come in if he doesn't have a membership card because he will not be doing anything. They change, they clean up, they go inside, they practice. After they practice, they clean the whole building, then they get out. Dili pwedeng mangluwa, dili pwedeng magsulti o dili maayo, atong i-instill ang discipline sa sulod. And more than that, let's put time schedules. This is for children, this is for people like us who just want to have, to make ourselves fit or keep us toned so that everybody can use the gym. Ang hospital, isulti na ko na sa una na. Kung magama naman lamang ta, let's do our best and design it and equip it with something better than what we have in our locality or in our province. Kasi makita ka ang X-ray mobile. Parang di nakaaswatog dalos kwarto, ang X-ray mo dalos imong kwarto. So is the 2D echo, ECG, EKG, pwedeng dalon sa imong kwarto. Ang atong mga oxygen piped in. Wala na yung magdaladalag tangki sa hallway nga murag bitag welder nga magtrabaho kasi tilin. Wala na yung ana. Magama naman laman ta. Let's do it best. And of course, para sa mga dili adunahan, promise na ko ninyo, dili ko mamakak, hasta ang ward aircon. Dili kay ang katuron private na aircon. Hasta ang ward aircon. Some people joke, pasing mas tugay maayo kay aircon. Komportable man. But anyway, as promised, they asked me for 3 months to install everything. Maybe by July, let's launch it. and as promised to the barangay captains, I will assign all ambulances sa taas. Kaya di naman ta kinahanglan og ambulansya pa Dumaguete. Kinahanglan tag ambulansya gikas Bukid, Panaog. So let's cluster the barangays, put one ambulance every 4 barangays. Okay? Kanang Montessori, wala pa ito naman ha. Wala pa ito yung slides, di pa ito kay limpyo, aircon to siya. Nayan ako, natay edukasyon nga, mura kag nas Forbes Park, mura kag nas Dasmariñas Village, pero nakakas Bayawan. And since na, let's expand it. Ha? As we speak, we'll build one in Malabugas, one in Boyco, one in Villarreal, and one in Kalumbuyan. Let's do 5 now. Let's do another 5 next year kung ganahan ang atong katauhan. Ano? Sila rabay pwedeng masosyal? Ato pong i-refine atong mga kabataan. Let's refine them at an early age, give them discipline and good skills at an early age. Para po nga sigurado ko ang self-confidence levels o competitiveness sa atong kabataan naagyod. So, you know, investing in our youth is always a good investment. Akong ganahan pohon, proud Bayawanons nga naay eksaktong skills, dili kay hinambog lamang. Siguro maghinambog ginagmay, sigurado pud ko nga naay ikabuga. Let us proceed.
The decision of the city mayor to transfer to the new government center at Banga, Cabcabon and to open for lease the area of the old city hall was a brilliant idea. Under the current administration, Bayawan is growing so fast and government transaction has increased correspondingly. The lease proceeds of the area of the old city hall amounting to 361 million is a great help to fund the much needed development project of the city. 11 million is intended for the purchase of 2 units street sweeper trucks intended to mechanize the city street cleanup in the urban area. 30 million will be for the purchase of cane loaders and tractors, a great help for our farmers. This is a move towards the realization of our thrust to increase their monthly income to 10,000 pesos. 155 million, the biggest allocation so far. This is 43% of the 361 million. This is intended for the road network of various barangays. 60 million will be for the establishment of poultry dressing plant. And 20 million is intended for the construction of the sports complex. 5 million is intended for the purchase of slides for the ongoing project of the city, the Nara Family Park. 60 million will be for the enhancement of the city engineering office, which includes the purchase of tools and equipment to improve the delivery of engineering services, which is the implementing arm of the infrastructure projects of the city. 20 million is set aside as reserve for any future development project that need immediate funding.
Di kay ang aton nga Bayawan, di na-intra ni sa dagkuing nga syudad kay may pure gold naman. Di nadala sa social. Mas okay kaayo, nalipay punta kay siyempre ang Bayawan may ara na napud nga naduga nga ning dako na naman nga tindahan tapos siyempre damo na pud ang mga trabahante nga makasulod kami pud nga magbaligya malinan pud.
means na atay murag very big priority right now because of the kanibitong overwhelming gyud nga support sa itong mayor sa Pundalan. Ato nang nagpa-improve not only sa local fund ngali even the national fund nagbuntang na dre because of our mayor na hindi ko na ato ang mga proposals which was approved and then natupa na the Bugay, the San Jose, the Manduao Road, the kaning ato ang Pulang Yutang Road, kaning ato ang Kansumalig Road, the kaning mga major roads nato sa city of Bayawan is actually na concrete na. Because before panahon sa ting ululan uba yun. So very thankful me sa engineering for the full support and for the full good nga trust sa mga among i-deliver ning trabaho.
The impact of this Bayawan Kambangkalan Friendship Highway is that our products won't be limited, our farmers produce won't be limited to be sold in Bayawan or in the province of Negros Oriental, which is in Dumaguete, but it could also reach easily in the city of Kabangkalan and the city of Bacolod, whichever our farmers are more comfortable in bringing their produce.
We are so fortunate that we have Bayawan, headed by your very good mayor, Mayor Teves, and of course your Vice Mayor Pryde, Charita Molina, to assist us, and they are our allies. And so it's a good thing for us. This will create a positive outlook on our people because the act of which helping the NGOs, helping the national government will create a positive outlook for people, for your constituents. Your government is responding to the needs of the country, the Philippines, particularly the leadership.
We consider it as an achievement na change na from an extension office ng LTO Bayawan City into a district office. For the past year since the LTO was present here in Bayawan, wala gyud ta naka-issue new driver's license. So dako kaini siya og ikatabang sa ato ang mga motorists here, especially within Argaor and our neighboring municipality and city like Hinubaan and Sipalay, all the way to Kawayan, kay di na sila kinahanglan pa mo ato Dumaguete.
City government may invest of 1 million pesos to train these students na sila additional option. So kakayahan na mupuan sa atong contact service. So kung makapasar sila after 80 hours of training, then makapasar sila sa assessment sa platform, automatic trabaho dayon sila. Dako ang percentage of passing, at least bisag 20% lang ang mupasa, then it could be a viable market for Qualphone. So if we have 200, 20% of that, then later on, we expand it to the entire high school of Bayawan, high school system, then we could have a manpower pool that could compensate the needed requirement of Qualphone and other BPOs. So munang dili lang yun siya end goal na basta lang makatrabaho call center. I-test ang kakayahan sa Bayawan ni aning programa na mo host of mga BPOs in the future. And that's a great impact to the economy sa Bayawan.
Well, what I really have in mind is all admiration towards what the mayor has in mind for Bayawan City. Having this type of efforts really is going to prepare Bayawan for something so much bigger. I think that the mayor is, our beloved mayor is very, I would say, brave and very ambitious. And that is something that we need for Bayawan, to be more aggressive. And I see that in the mayor. Bayawan had also helped us out in the past, so magtinabangay lang kita. And let's help our mayor materialize his vision, kay siya vision for everyone.
So daho kaya mong pagpasalamat mo sa local government unit of Bayawan, especially kay Mayor Pryde Henry Teves sa paghatag og dako suporta ka namong mga grade 12 students, mga senior high school students, especially nga maka-undergo kami og kaning training sa contact service training. Kaning opportunity nga gihatag sa amo nga ma-employ puhon sa contact service or sa call center. Pero dako gayud kami og nakatunan, especially nga na-develop ang among communication skills nga dili lang kani makatabang sa amua sa pagpang-employo sa call center kundi sa iban pang field sa panginabuhian.
Medyo taas-taas niya, kaya naman ta sa economic. So, I will need a lot of your time. Ang Pure Gold paid us 361 million. And I allotted it equally sa bukid ug sa ubos. I also allotted some money for that chicken industry project which you will see later on. A lot of that will be about 155 million will be for roads, in complementary with Congressman Teves' project. Right now, Congressman Teves is building a road from Kalumbuyan all the way to Kabangkalan via Manduao. Maybe within this year, 3 kilometers na lang mabili. That's a budget of about 400 million. So from there, we will also be building a road from Manduao straight to San Jose, down to Bugay, down to Lapay. And we will also be funding the road from Dawis to Lapay, from Banay-Banay to Lapay, from Pulang Yuta to Lapay. We'll also be funding the road from Minaba or San Roque to San Miguel, and some monies will go from the road to Kansumalik via San Isidro. We did not fund yet the road from Minaba to Kalumbuyan because Congressman Teves is also trying to convert that road. So a road converting two highways is allowed to be converted as a national road. That will be from Malabugas up to Tayawan, down to Kalumbuyan, then to Tabuan, out to Alis. If you can convert that, things will be much better. Nalipay ra po ko kay kining ako igsoon, murag kusgan-kusgan gos kongreso ron, murag paborito man ni sa speaker. So I think we can do more. Sa engineering, kasabot kami ni Eric og ni sa atong warehouse si Fred. I gave them 60 million to really mechanize and do the automation of our engineering. You know, ultimo ng pagtangtang og ligid sa mga heavy equipment, kinahanglan automatic because dugay ba na. Then gibutang na mo overhead crane so that when you remove and install engines, you don't have to do it manually. Everything is done by mechanized. And later on, we will go through the bucket system. Buckets and multi-lift. Tanang simento, tanang kabilya na sa bucket, 400 bags each. Kuhaon ang bucket, ihatod sa bukid. Kuhaon tong empty, ihatod balik. Parang sayon. Kunya, dili madugay ng pag-handling at kang damage. Ma-avoid pa na to ang kawat because each closed bucket has its own lock which will be care of our timekeepers or our foremen. Slowly, we are doing that. Usahay lang maingon ng tao nga nung dugay gyapon sa engineering. Mind you, when I came in, napay 2013, 2014, 2015. Karon human-human na naman ang 2015, napay 2016. But give me one more year, akong target current na gyud. nga ang project humantanan, ang project nga buhaton, kanang project paraan ng tuiga. And the engineering is doing a lot of things. Sa PGS, sa atong lead management, everybody is being coordinated and they know what they're doing. Later on also, we'll have satellite offices for clusters so that if you belong to the, say, Lapay, Taoist, Aliis cluster and Mandoan, Bugay, you don't have to come down here to borrow equipment. All you have to go is to go into that satellite office. And there will also be a Minabatayawan, San Roque cluster wherein some equipment are also placed there and you don't have to go down and request. So dito ra mo sa inyong cluster mo request of equipment. We will definitely be buying more equipment and this will all happen. Well, NBI is already here as promised. LTO is already here as promised. But there are still some things that we still have to put in to really get the hassle of our people. Ako mama, si istorya na ko ani. Sahen, tinuod na kay lisensya. Pero pa kayo kag birth certificate, madto pa ka sa NSO. Na naman oy breaks dire nga system, bad system. But if Congressman Teves can bring here the PSA or the NSO, it would be much better. Sa DAR po, bisag ka ng tin na lang. Dili na tamo atos Dumaguete para mukuha o tin. Online naman, kasi dili ra hunta ba? Because naanakatanan, sulod ka sa LTO, lakay lisensya, pangayawan ka birth certificate, mudalaga na po ka dito. Then, the efforts that we done will go to waste. So let us try, with the help of our dear congressman, to putting these two things first, no? There's a BIR tin system, isang tin system lang, o kining PSA. Ang atong Register of Deeds is already being approved in Congress. Then it will go to the Senate. Hopefully, Senator Angara will have it approved also. Because we already have all the banks here. Most, if not all, the banks from Dumaguete already here. But once you loan, you still have to go to the Provincial Register of Deeds to have your title annotated. It is just proper that we will have our own city Register of Deeds. Okay. Qualphone. This is a dream. But mind you, these are brainchilds of my predecessors, Mayor Gaudel and Mayor Martinez. Way before I came in, I was already helping them do this. It's not that easy to put in a call center. You need an IT park, you need PESA registration, you need fiber optic connection, and lastly, you need your labor pool. When I was congressman, I helped them get the PESA registration. We have it. Right now, the fiber optic connection is almost here already here. I see them in Santa Catarina, kanang magbangag-bangag sa kilid. So the last ingredient is labor pool. When I counted the graduates of Norsu and the graduates of Southern Tech College, kulang gihapon siya to sustain the labor pool requirement of a contact center project. So what did I do? I researched on the employees of contact centers in Dumaguete. And you know what I found out? 49% of their employees are high school graduates. So I said, why don't I put in call center operations as a course in the senior high school and expand it so that the labor pool requirement of Qualphone can be supplied by us and Qualphone can locate in our IT park. We started it last February. Yesterday was the graduation, then they will take their exams. Those who will pass will automatically be hired by Qualphone, but temporarily they'll be working in Dumaguete. There were 200, 100 in Bayawan National High School, 50 in Basay National High School, and 50 in Kalungkuyan. If I get the numbers, say, 20% passing, so I get 40 passers. If they tell me that they will need 1,000 a year, then I will get the numbers from Norsu, from Southern Tech. Ang kulang, I will get from the senior high school. I will expand this Qualphone project to several senior high schools to ensure that we get the labor pool requirement and we can put up our own call center. Call center is not a very ideal job kay gabi man. However, at 15,000 a month starting or 20,000 a month starting, 900 employees because 300 seating times 3, minimum 300, 3 shifts, 900 employees receiving 15,000 or 20,000 a month. That's something that can change the economy. Labi ng bali ang call center na ay mag-breakfast o gabi, na ay dinner o buntag, na ay mag-inom sa gabi, ang call center mag-inom o buntag pag off nila. So ang mga tindahan mahimong po siyang 24 hours. Once money flows because of more opportunities, automatically business grows and indirectly more people are employed, more people make money. So, is the Qualphone project a dream? Yes, for now. But give me 2 years because it's still an elective course right now, 4 to 6. Adolf and of course Mrs. Avanzado and I are applying in the DepEd Central Office to put it as a regular textbook course in the call center operation. And with that, getting the numbers, I will convert several or offer to several senior high schools the textbook course of Qualphone call center operations to ensure that this IT park dream of my predecessors will really become a reality. Danapa. You saw Danapa and Nara. I was embarrassed to show it to you because it's not yet finished. But mind you, give it a few more months. Katong Nara ang yung nakita, as said by Mrs. Pataho, we ordered slides. Really long, flowing slides. Kinayin ko nila, bubutang na paglaman mong slide, kinahanglan pinakataas kumpara sa tanan diri sa probinsya. We don't just make something na pareho sa uban. We should make ours bigger, better, more exciting so that people will really come. Kana pong sa Danapa, it's an adventure park with these obstacle courses for team building facilities for a higher end market. I will never go for a soft opening. It should always be with a bang. Incidentally, kining sa Pure Gold they paid us 360 million. The mall cost is 468 million, I think, with the department store up, supermarket down, with all the necessities of these other locators like Jollibee or McDonald's or Ace Hardware or whatever, and plus 2 movie houses on the side. So that we don't have to go to Dumaguete or Bacolod just to watch a movie. Come on. It's not your normal box Pure Gold department store type. It's really a 1.2 hectare mall. And I'm waiting for the contractor to come because the arrangement is 80% of those that will make that mall should be Bayawanons, and after that mall is finished, 80% of the employment should be Bayawanons. Opportunities for people. And later on, with all these things, regulatory agencies, malls, things, entertainment, we will increase our daytime population. If Bayawan's daytime population is 135,000, kinahanglan during night time is 135. Kinahanglan during the day, you see 300,000 people going around, either from Sipalay or Kawayan or Basay or Hinubaan or Santa or Shaton or whatever. Because if they are here during the day, diri sila mo pliti, diri sila mo kaon, diri sila mo inom, diri sila maglingaw-lingaw, diri patanan. If they spend their money here, the business will really grow. Let us proceed to the second part of our economic sector. Please.
Kami nagpasalamat kami sa dako nga nakaabil kami sa programa ni Mayor sa libreng pagkalot sa amon pispan. Sa una, ang amon pispan, kami ra gid man umano trabaho sa para lang gid nga makapispan mi. Apit gid guro maduha ka bulan. Ang kay na friend sinang pispan namon. Karon bulig si Mayor, nga dako gid sa among nga tabang.
Yes, nagpasalamat gyud ta no sa una-una ni Mayor nga iyang gibalanse no kay sa una pa mao gani iyang gipang pangandoy no nga unta katong ato mga farmer sa kabukiran kun naa sila available nga mga tubig ma-utilize ani nga project no kay ang uban gipasagdan ra man nato ni karon aning kamot gud si Mayor nga makahatag og tabang labi na sa pagkali no nga libre sa syudad no. So karon dinhi sa Nara mga 20 na ni kapan no gawa sa existing nga sa una o matod pa sa atong in charge sa atong fisheries ni Ma'am Faith na pigkit mukabat nag 300 atong farmer diri kon sa bukid aning ano inland fisheries sa una murag 72 ra no karon ni daghan. Niya dito sa ato katilingban labi na sa atong market bisan sa panahon nga walay isda dito sa dagat naragod tay ika-supply nga ma-maintain nato ang supply sa atong mga kinahanglanon sa katawhan.
Pagtabang, pag-market silang produkto o pag-minimize or maybe totally eliminate middlemen sa trends sa negosyo sa pamaligya sa atong kanon. Tabangan ko sa from-planting to marketing, no? Natayatag ng mga aid ng mga seeds, mga fertilizers. And during sa harvest time, paingon na sa post-harvest, naami nag-support nila, no? Pagpamaligya silang produkto sa reasonable nga presyo, no? So, di na mo agi middlemen. So, direct from farmers to buyers, consumers. So, diretso. So, reasonably ko na mga presyo nilang madawat, no?
Sa direct intervention doon sa rice, enhance rice production, enhance corn production. These are all direct intervention, including sa sugarcane. No doubt na positibo ang mga farmers. Gusto nila because imagine na pila ang direct assistance sa kanila. So yung program ni Mayor Henry, Mayor Teves, na more on mechanization, okay na, ratsa na in line dun sa overall program natin sa agriculture.
Daghan kitag mga programa under sa nutrition program. So usa ni ana ang atong supplementary feeding kundiin kita ginapanghatagan nato ni sila og Big Mo. Produkto ni siya sa atong mga local farmers sa barangay Nangka. Aside sa Big Mo, gahatag usab kita og fresh milk product usab na sa local farmers nga gipasteurize sa City Vet's office. So gipalit ni siya sa nutrition program.
Akong ipa-ila-ila ang ako ang tatak product sa among barangay. Mao kini ang ako ang mao kini ang among gikuhaan gyud og pangabuhi ning kasaba crackers o kini dako kayong gikatabang sa akong mga anak kay nakapahuman ako og eskwela sa akong tulo ka buok anak. O wala ko ilaing gisaligan, maorag yun ning kasaba crackers nam.
Na-improve sa mga ang Bayawan tubog ay abot niya 2 hours dahil sa mga pero karon pas-pas naman padalagan 1 hour takuloy kayo na tabang takuloy kayo na improve isang mga oras pwede kami makapauli sa among balay kundi ang dalan sa Bulma.
I presented that inland fishing project last year. Now we already have about 40 funds. It was Mr. Pile of Shaton who helped me with that. He was with me since I was a board member when I had a 60,000 budget. Now that we have more, we can create more. But 40 funds is not enough. Our 2 backhoes can only do so much. So Esper, Neil, Faith, let's do 400 funds, not 40. We have 1 million fingerlings anyway. Inganiw na lang ni nato. Let's get the private sector to get their backhoe. We just pay them. Or, kung wala dyan backhoe, let's hire say 20 people to do the manual labor of making the pans at 30,000 per pan. Karabawon, palahon, karabawon, palahon, karabawon, palahon. Why? Because I want these farmers to make money now, not next year, not the year after next. We need to make more so that when habagat comes and there's no fish in the sea, then God, there will be fish from the mountains. It should be complementary. Pag full moon nga walay fishing boats sa dagat, kay full moon, then let's let these ponds harvest and bring the fish down. It will be complementary, it will stabilize fish prices, it will ensure that the poorest of the poor will get their 10,000 a month income. So our target, 400 ponds, not 40. Kulang kay nakidaghang kay itang tagabayon ng kapon. If you see, I've been enhancing a lot of our agri programs. Many of them started by my predecessors. This is an example to the other LGUs to do continuity. Traditionally, sa local politics, katong gisugdan sa karaan, bisag unsa kapatsyada, pag abot sa bag-o, labi nagkontra, undangon na yun. Kay basig, sunod eleksyon, makontra, musikat, mapildi siya, inana. Sa ato dili, tanan nga maayo, atong ipadayon. For example, rubber. Ang rubber maayo. May masara niya time pa ng rubber. Pero kulang gihapon. I was having a count per sitio, per hectare, per tree. Per tree. Pila ka kahoy, ipapintalan ako kada usa, pilay gaduga, pilay wala pagitap. Because our rubber processing investors cannot come in if we only have less than 1,000 hectares. I met Robert Co with President Herrero a few days ago. We will start shipping rubber to India. We will just collect all the camp lumps, single market, export it to India, and get paid a good price. But our Indian market assured me that once we reach at least 40 tons a month, they can put a crimp rubber facility here. Because they're also suppliers of Firestone and Goodyear. We're now at about 14 tons per month. Dugay na kayong rubber, dako na kayo gasto 14 tons gihapon. I'll make sure that all these trees are tapped. To those whose owners are not here, Rubber Co will do a sharing with you. Bahinan ra mo, bisag wala mo parang matap na mo. CCMDO should train more tappers so that everyone's trees are tapped. Kung kulang paghihapon, then we will do massive planting starting this year. Let's target 300 hectares a year for 5 years. How do we do it? Should that may provide sa seedlings, 500 seedlings per hectare? Should that may provide sa chemicals? You kill the weeds in 2 cycles, spray the chemical, after 21 days, spray it again, then magbangag ang farmer, tamnan og 500 seedlings. Then for the next 5 years, monitored by our barangay agriculture technicians, we will give 20 bags of fertilizer to ensure that every year, iyahang ginaabunuhan. Parang pag-abot sa 6th year, assured ko nga, bisag 1,200 hectares ray producing, okay na na. But we should target at least 1,000 hectares or even a minimum lang of 40 tons a month so that I can bring in the rubber industry to Bayawan. Veggies. I am so happy now. I'm a veggie man. I always eat veggies. Before, ang atong quality sa vegetable, makaulaw. Karon, pwede na pang Manila. Bisag ang atong atsal, patsyada na. Pwede na. So, I'm asking a lot of farmers to plant more veggies, helping them with seeds and fertilizer. At the same time, we are marketing it for them. Kabantay ka na natay reefer van. Our reefer van goes to Malatapay, Dumaguete, and as far as Tanay and even Cebu, just to market their products. Because if I cannot market it at a good price, mawalan po motivation si farmer mo tanong. And it makes good money. On top of that, as we speak, natay gigamang bayawan nga paunay, pero naas Dumaguete, beside Dumaguete City Hall. It's a farmer's market for vegetables and fish in Dumaguete, but it's owned by Bayawan. So that I will always tell them, produce more fish, produce more vegetables. If they tell me, Bayawan cannot consume it anymore, well, let's send it. We have a reefer van, let's send it elsewhere so that it will be sold at a good price and the farmer will continue to produce. That is direct intervention for you. Feeding program. This feeding program is not our money. This is DSWD money funded by the national government to feed these 4,000 children in the daycares for 120 days a year. I merely re-strategize the program so that the money will not go to 3 or 4 or 5 people, but the money will go to the farmers as opportunities. Before they buy from supermarkets or major suppliers, when the food comes, especially fresh meat or fresh fish, when it arrives on the daycare area, walay refrigerator. They cook all of it together, mura sila ga fiesta. Ang sobra dalos balay. So noon sa naman tong feeding program, the daily intake of the kid, which is supposedly to be done every day to make sure that his protein requirements are fueling his mind, is off. So what did we do? We re-strategize it that it goes straight to the farmer. So for Monday, it's the Bayawan Fisher Folk Association that supplies the, I think, 460 kilos of fish at 160 per kilo. On Tuesday, it's the Bayawan Chicken and Pork Growers Association. On Wednesday, it's a glass of fresh milk and cheese bread, produced by the Bayawan Bakers Association and the Bayawan Dairy Farmers Cooperative. On Thursday and Friday, that's what you saw. It's produced by this RIC, the Rural Improvement Club, mostly composed of women, who does champorado on Thursday and arroz caldo on Friday. So what happens to the DSWD money? It goes to the farmers, the producers, none gets out of Bayawan. That's just how you re-energize, simple strokes of a pen. However, such large effects, giving opportunities to a lot of our poor brethren. Bugay. Oh, you saw Bugay. How beautiful Bugay is now. I never said that in my last soka. Let's say, there's that what you saw, the green and yellow structure in Bugay. That's a Bugay sugar mill. It's top class, it's fully automated, it's brand new. Why in Bugay? When I go to Bugay, before the roads were so bad, you see a payag, but with 1.5 million trucks. He has 2 trucks worth millions, but his house is a payag. And they're still poor. And you ask why? Because they pay 700 per ton just to bring their canes to the nearest mill. And why is the community not growing? Because say, they mill in Kabangkalan. They go to Kabangkalan, get their check, pay the trucker, buy fertilizer, buy everything. And when they go back to Bugay, they have no money in their pockets. So how do you expect stores and other dry goods, shops to mushroom? So I said to myself, I talked to my investor friends, let's put a mill in Bugay to cater to the San Jose, Bugay, Lapay, Sitio Tara, Mandao area. If they're paying 700, for the ones very near, let's make them pay 50 pesos. For those that are more than 5 kilometers, let's let them pay 100 pesos. For discussion purposes, let's let it be 100 instead of 700. 600 is left in their pockets. At 50 tons per hectare, 30,000 is left in their pockets. And how do you make the economy grow? What if we bid in Bugay or in Lapay every Friday? What if we pay the money in Bugay, in Lapay, say 15, 18 million every Tuesday? Then money flows in Bugay. Then if everybody in Bugay has money in their pocket and they want to buy hollow blocks or electrical equipment or whatever, they would have to find the nearest store. And after several months, these stores will come up like mushrooms. That's how you build communities. If continuous inflow of money goes into a community, automatically all these shops and institutions will go up. The way I see it, 15, 20 years, maybe Bugay and the neighboring barangays will become its own municipality. And for me, if they will do that, I will support them. I will support them because that is something that grows out in the middle, which is self-supporting, which they themselves can grow financially, economically, and that is something I would like to see. That mill will run maybe late May or early June. But believe me, with all this industrialization up in the mountains, later on you'll see people from Lapay or Bugay coming down here to enjoy themselves with a lot of money in their pockets. And with that, I will be very, very happy that I was of help to them. Let's go to sugarcane. You saw that we will be buying loaders. Some people say, why sugarcane? Why don't you diversify to these high-value crops or high-value egg? I tell them, you're not from Bayawan. Try to plant high-value crops and it rains 10-15 days. Then the sun goes up 10-15 days. Let's see what high-value crop is left. You can only do that if you're in a controlled environment. And you cannot put a greenhouse in the whole 60,000 hectares of Bayawan. And especially in these areas with too much rain and too much sun, and there is no river beside to irrigate the fields, there are only two choices, sugarcane or cassava. But with cassava, you have to plow every year. And if you have no tractor, that's bad news. With sugarcane, you have to plow once every 4 or 5 years. So instead of weaning them off, what I am trying to do is diversify them to other crops like rubber or cacao or coffee, at the same time enhancing their capability to harvest and to mechanize. Since they have no money and Bayawan has the resources, then that's why we are procuring all this equipment, which was also to the pigs and vats, observed by them, recommended by them, and requested by them. Dili pwedeng atras lang pasagdan. We must help them because that is their lifeblood. We are down to our final slide. It's been a long night. These are just some of my future plans which you will see in the next coming months. Please proceed.
idea nga mubutang og sports complex dina sa Norso Bayawan Santa Catalina campus. Dunay track, dunay swimming pool, dunay gym, no? And uban pa mga facilities unya. This will benefit not only Bayawan City but also Norso itself, no? Kay kung dunay mga dagkong sports activities, daghan kayo mabutang ta sa radyo, mabutang sa newspaper ang Bayawan Norso campus, no? Unya, we will be known as the only city in the entire Negros Oriental nga dunay sports complex of this standard nga ni conform sa Olympic standards.
A positive economic impact not only for Norso but for the entire Bayawan. Kay kung mahuman ni siya nga sports complex, we could be able to host a lot of sports activities including sports clinic. So makahostag mga national events or even international events, and bringing people to Bayawan City would also bring a lot of money for the city.
Eagerness ni Mayor sa nakikita ko, talagang yung political will niya, talagang tingin ko magaganap ito. Sa aspect, the PC is willing to help any government entities or LGUs that needs our help, particularly in the technical side.
Nakita ko sa Bayawanins, no, there are a lot of they're farmers by heart, just like us, na pakita mo yung passion and hard work sa ano nila, and they're very attentive dun sa presentations, and they ask a lot of questions which for us pinapakita na interesado sila. So we're hoping for a good future here sa Bayawan.
As you can see, a lot of these designs, all these designs are by us, and we make everything from yarn to finished product. Everything that we do is locally made. We try as much as possible to only use natural fibers. So most of the fabric that you see here is natural and cotton. Sometimes we also use piña cotton. Can make something that is of very, very good quality, something global. Anything here is made from yarn to finished product.
For the chicken industry, I I got this by chance. Before New Year, the chicken industry in Dumaguete had a problem because there was no slaughterhouse. And the slaughterhouse, they had to bring it all the way to Bacolod just to slaughter the chickens that are being grown in Dawin, Samogita, Shaton. If you bring that to Bacolod, if you lose 200 grams because of the trip, and you'll be given 60 grams to compensate, you lose 140 grams. So na-alkansis ginansya tong grower. And of course, galisod na magaling Dumaguete pangita o LRF garbage facility, maglisod po sila tungkol sa gamay sa Dumaguete pangita og lugar nga mo-host o dressing plant. So I told the owner, why don't you come to Bayawan and bring all of it? If you need a dressing plant, we will build it for you. So he said, how far is Bayawan and this and that. Before I knew it, supposedly our schedule was February. The next day, he was already here at 4 a.m. to check Bayawan and all the roads. And he called me up and said, we will transfer to Bayawan lock, stock, and barrel. From the hatching of the chicks, to the growing of the chickens, to the dressing and the slaughter of the chicken, to the warehousing, and so on and so forth. This is already with the PPP committee and there's a proposal. For the city itself, that's why we invested or prepared 60 million. The city will own the dressing plant. Why? Because we already have a slaughterhouse with an ECC, with a water supply, with a three-phase line. We will just build it beside the slaughterhouse in, I think, in Buli-Buli. What will the city get? Their offer was about 8.50 per bird, 8 pesos and 50 cents. They will target 300,000 birds per month. So at 300 times 850, that's roughly 25 million gross income for the city every month. Now, how will you supply all this? They ask for growers. So now, 22 growers or potential growers already gave their intent. They will be owning these tunnel vents, which will house about 30,000 birds each, and harvesting 8 times a year. I already talked with them and with the bank, because right now, the banks are very relaxed with such agribusiness loans. They can even do 80-20 debt to equity ratio. So when you build these tunnel vents, if they're expensive, say 15 million, you will only shell out 3 million, the 12 million will be taken care of by the bank. And in a matter of 3.5 years, everything is paid off. So with the dressing plant, with the warehousing facility owned by the private sector, with all these growers owned by the private sector, there will be a lot of income and job opportunities for everybody. Besides, I already also talked to the Sanggunian that when the time comes that when these growers apply for their ECC and their permits, one of the conditions is all the chicken dung from these growers shall be sold to the farmer at 10 pesos per bag. Because right now we're buying it at 40 all the way from Dawin. Truck it at 15, it's already valued at 55. If all of this will be had at 10 pesos and it's just around the corner, then definitely our sugarcane, cassava, and other farmers will also benefit from it, even if they have no direct investment in such. As I said, this already with the PPP committee for approval. On April 24, the Bayawan City Group and all the potential investors of the growing will go to Iloilo because they will show us a very modern dressing plant from the Netherlands, which I would like to replicate, and they will show us the tunnel vent system that we will be using for our growers. Incidentally, the city will help each potential investor in their ECC and other requirements, and even in their bank requirements. So far, they wanted an initial of 20 investors. 22 na ang ni-signify with interest. Alak are from Bayawan. Dagan mo po din dagha kwarta. Gailom-hilumra. I know who they are. Now, For the cotton, this is also with the PPP committee. This Nooks group is a big. Their factory is in Cavite Industrial Zone. They supply Zalora and Cultura.com. They supply the US market. What they wanted to do was really ensure that it's proudly Philippine made using Philippine cotton. Because now, they just say in their, when you buy it, there's this cardboard on the shirt which says proudly Philippine made. Because their cotton comes from China. So initially they placed a yarnery in Oton and they wanted to put a yarnery in Bayawan. All the yarn will be made here and sent to Cavite to be processed into jackets and clothes such as what you saw. What I asked them was, assure a price. So they will assure a price of 25 pesos per kilo to every farmer. And since the Gaujel family, thanks to them, plans to donate a small portion of their property in Mantape, and Mantape historically has been the center of cotton in Bayawan, we will be putting that factory in Mantape. Parang dili ta mapildi, ha? PPP maning ato. I don't like people who come here and say, produce this and we'll buy all of it. Because normally what happens is, when it's already there, they get lost. Then we get in trouble. Or they say the quality is not good and we get into trouble. So I told them, Bayawan will build the structure, you bring the equipment inside, and you run it privately, and you pay Bayawan a monthly rental. So that if things fail, both of us are riding the ship that will sink. So that both of us will ensure that it will succeed. That's how PPP should work. So with these two, chicken and cotton, these are already in the pipeline. The cane loaders, we already ordered cane loaders. We ordered 14 cane loaders and 6 more tractors, so that the tractors will be 20. Out of the 14 cane loaders, 6 will be assigned to these farmer groups who already have tractors, like Larbemco, Kalantukan, Kampuko, Tayawan farmers, these farmers here in Umod, and those other farmer groups which already have tractors. We will just enhance them with a loader. So, since we have 20 loaders, 8 of the city, we have 20 tractors, 8 of the city tractors will be equipped with loaders, so that when they will be used for harvesting by our farmers, the 12 will still continue to service those who need their plowing requirements. People ask, why did they choose that type of loader? Because it's cheaper, it's less than $1 million each. And secondly, because it's PTO driven, so it only consumes 4 liters per hour. And it can fill a truck in 1 hour. So with that, as long as, everyone is involved in the planning, kung ikaw diha ga tinapok siya, it can do 10 trucks in 1 day, then the tractor will just transfer to every farmer that uses it. And with that, it would greatly help our farmers in the harvesting time, of course in the cost, because tapasero is the problem now. And if it can be brought earlier rather than later to the mill, then definitely the pormedio will be a little higher. So maybe by June or July it will already be here, and we'll start training the cane loader operators to make sure that when October comes, these 14 cane loaders will be ready to service our farmers. Sweeper trucks, you see that in the US or in Europe. I want to see it here. So we ordered 2. Mas lami na pagmata ni mong alas 6, wala na kayo makita bisag usa ka palot sa dulce. So with these 2, this will service these 7 or 8 urban barangays from Malabugas down to Nangka, down to Villarreal. Maybe it will start sweeping at 2 in the morning, so that when everybody wakes up to jog, the streets will be very, very, very clean. nara ni usa ka hitch. And this will also instill discipline. All these illegal parkers who use the streets as their personal parking space will not be able to use it anymore, because all these trucks will be sweeping the streets. So that's something that we must agree on. You know, nothing beats cleanliness. Nothing beats sanitation. Maghinambog naman laman ta, ato na lang lubos-lubuson. Total, akong lantaw sa Visayas or anywhere in the country, murag og ato nang gamon, kita mo'y una. Nga pagmata nimo, murakag na sa Amerika. The word today is industrialization. We are an agricultural city, and that is our vision. We are not blessed like Dumaguete, na they have a natural port. We are not blessed like Dumaguete because of natural port. They were the first civilization. What we have is a great mass of land area, and that is what we should maximize to our advantage. So, if we are an industrial, agricultural city, our path should be to industrialize so that these agricultural products will have a market. Having said that, na-develop naman yung ubos, makita naman ninyo all these malls and these banks. The chicken industry will come in Buli-Buli. The cotton will come in somewhere in Mantape. You see this sugar cogen plant in Bugay. Mangutana ng uban, what will happen in the middle? Because Bugay is on the last part of Bayawan, and Bayawan is 50 kilometers away from Bugay. What will happen in the middle? There is something I am cooking right now, and it's much bigger than all those projects, believe me. But it's still a secret because I have not signed the documents yet. But once this comes in, just watch out. In the next few months, this will come out in the news. This will also be an agri-industrial plant in the middle of Bayawan City and Bukay. And by my calculation, it should be able to give opportunities to at least 500 farmers. At least 500 farmers. And they will all make good money. And I will also make sure that if the plant is in that area, the monies will also be paid in that area so that that community itself will also grow. As your leader, I promise you that I will give my 110%. I believe I have given so. I would like to thank my department heads. Where are my department heads? I don't see you, but I would like to thank you for cooperating. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I continue to push you hard, but that's the way to go. Thank you to my consultants, my lawyers who are here, and my agri-consultants. We always said that we will try to do in 3 years what others do in 15. And I still have 1 year with my 3-year term, and I will try to make sure that will really happen. Some have happened, some are on the way, and some are happening. My sacrifice for this 110%. Did you know that I stopped drinking beer last October? I gave up something I love so much. I had to give it up because I needed more time, I needed more focus, I needed more patience, and I needed to make better decisions. I said to myself, I will not drink beer for a year. Maybe I'll drink beer on October 1. Hopefully, if all these things are, in place, then I can enjoy a bottle of cold beer again. Pero kung dili paghihapon hitches, then I'll defer my beer for again another year. But that is my sacrifice. Why? Because I committed to you my 110%. And if I don't swear, I cannot do it. Mautong usap ko ni Sulting, mundang sa daway kong inom, para nga way after 3:30, limpyo gihapon, kalma gihapon akong pangunang-una. ug mas makahatag ug maayo nga tambag ug maayo nga desisyon. You know, if I make you change, I'll have to do it myself first. What did Gandhi say? Let us be the change we wish to see. I have to do it if I have to make my people do it. Vice, I have consumed time, but I have two more requests. Two more requests from you, Vice. May I ask my team to join me on stage? When I call your name, please join me. Okay. These are the guys who have been helping me do all that you see. I have always said, I have the last one on board. If there is credit to be given, it's to them and to their people. 95 to them and to their people, 5 to me, or maybe even less. My last request to our Honorable Vice Mayor and to everybody, I would like to have more passion and motivation. So, if everybody can stand up and join us in singing our beloved Bayawan hymn, please. God bless us all. Ibayaw ang Bayawan. Before I end, I would like to ask, I give my appreciation to our police force and to our military for keeping the peace. They're doing a very good job, and they will ensure that the investors will not be worried and they will keep coming in. Once again, Chief Ido, thank you very much. Again, we will do in 3 years what normally others do in 15 years. God bless us all.